All right, here we go, guys. It's recording.
Cover it
Stop
up.
talking. Stop your chit chat.
Okay.
Hello, guys. Welcome to another episode of Coaching Chat. After we just got them to shut up for a bit, today we got a bunch of good little. We got a topic. We're going to do a little bit of a chat on weight loss. We go over the current events of the fitness realm, and then we're going to finish off with a quiz for bragging rights. We could probably make something out of that later, but we'll go from here today. Adam, you're very bright today. What's going on?
You guys are just hating on me because I actually wear color. So yeah, my hair's all over the place because I washed it the other day.
My hair's all over.
Get a haircut.
Cover it up with
You're having a bad hair day.
Yeah,
what are you thinking? Jules, you got your colours out. Footy starts this week, yeah?
Footy starts on Thursday. Dockers play on Saturday. Let's go.
The boys are back. And Simon.
And you heard it here. You heard it here first. If any team besides Fremantle wins the flag, it was an irrelevant season because it was interrupted. The Dockers win the flag. It counts.
It hasn't started though. How's it interrupted?
You don't need to know all the details.
And Simon, you got your fresh post-isolation haircut, mate. You're looking good.
Officially out of isolation. Yeah.
He's back. He's fresh. He's going. Simon, I've got a question for you. When does the Premier League start up again? And is Liverpool still going to win?
Yes, Liverpool is still going to win.
Well, if it doesn't happen
it starts
or not?
next. I don't know. It's still contentious, I guess. I don't know if they've decided or not. But it's meant to start next week, on the 17th.
All right. So what's the plan? You keep up with this stuff. You read the Daily Mail. So
I haven't kept up with it fully, but essentially they're playing out the season, and there'll be some games at neutral grounds, but they're calling it like the Festival of Football or something. They've got to
so
get
they
10
are
games.
doing the Festy of footy.
Did you see what
Yeah,
the
it's like-
NBA is doing?
Go on
The
Disneyland.
Festy foot.
Yeah.
But who's
But
going to
essentially,
Disneyland?
Liverpool going to
Yeah.
win, but there'll be asterisks.
Yeah, right.
Fair enough. Who's
Yeah.
going to Disneyland?
NBA is playing their season out at Disneyland, so all the teams are going to be at Disneyland, and then they're just going to play there.
What, in Florida?
Mm-hmm.
Are you kidding me? Really?
Yeah.
What are they? Who's going to be there? Mickey Mouse? Are they playing on Mickey Mouse courts?
Yeah. Well,
Who
LeBron
knows?
James versus Mickey Mouse 1-on-1.
Space Jam 2.0.
Oh, that's awesome.
Is that out? It must be out soon.
I know LeBron was recording it. So
Yeah.
Who knows?
What a time to be alive.
Yeah.
What a time to be alive. Oh, my God.
That's
Okay.
definitely true.
Well, that's good. I'm moving at the moment, guys, so thanks for asking how my week's been going.
Hey, you're the host.
Yeah, I'm currently moving, so I'll give you guys a little squiz of what my life looks like in my apartment right now.
Oh, no.
This is
Ryan, do you know what a Segway is?
yeah.
You should get hell good at Segways. There was one there for you. You didn't take it. Because
Mate,
Adam was talking about he said moving to Disneyland. You could have said, speaking of moving, I'm getting out of here.
Oh, cool. Yeah, good job. Oh, well, speaking of moving, I'll just edit that out. This is the current life that I live in.
it's looking good, right?
Yeah, it looks good. That's all Annika's stuff to sort out. I've just got to move big stuff because I've got
Goodbye to the mold. Goodbye to the mold. Hello, new world.
Yeah, I can't talk about that right now until it's actually been resolved. So, but yeah,
I said
I'm
gold,
leaving.
not
Yeah,
mold.
I'm leaving this apartment and moving on to fresher and hopefully less smelly and damp pastures. So, yeah, hopefully that'll be fine and we'll all be good. We'll see what happens. The moving process is always great. I'm looking forward to it. If anyone would like to help me, it would be greatly appreciated. Because I've got to move a lot of very heavy stuff by myself. But what a time to be alive. What a time to be alive. And talking about moving heavy stuff by itself, we're talking about weight loss today.
There you go.
We're moving heavy stuff, the lighter stuff. Get it?
I got it.
Get it?
That was
Simon?
good. That was good.
Yeah. It's all
I
right.
was searching a bit too deep for that one, I think. But So, guys, today we're just going to keep weight loss is a very contentious subject. There's a billion different theories on it, from keto to paleo to what diet is necessary to how much exercise actually matters. Is diet the 100% be all end all? What the world is about with the old weight loss? I don't even like calling it weight loss. Do you know? I don't like calling it weight loss. What do you guys like calling it? Body transformation is like a hit one.
Well, let's be real. If someone's talking about weight loss, they're almost always talking about fat loss, unless they're an athlete that has to actually make weight. They're the ones that are concerned with weight loss. 98% of everybody else is concerned with fat loss. So, yeah, body recomposition is a hot topic. So, body recomp maybe.
Is that what they call it?
That's what people want.
Yeah, you just want to look. All I care about is if I can look jacked in the shirt, and when I take it off, I'm not revealed for a fraud. That's all I care about.
Like me.
Yeah. I look jacked in the shirt, and when I take it off, I don't look like Flubber the Whale. I'm all G.
Yeah. Body recomp, I'll go with.
But Adam, give us some science, mate. What do you reckon? What's your weight loss protocol?
I would. What I would typically recommend would be, in terms of like from a nutrition point of view, obviously, I mean the most like across the board agreed upon thing is that the most important thing for weight loss is a calorie deficit. You can't lose weight if you're not in a calorie deficit. It's like as simple as that. So for most people, it's going to be working out what your maintenance is, and then going into a deficit from that. And then the biggest mistake that a lot of people make is probably not having enough protein. So science will say that having between 1.8 to 2.8 grams per kilogram of lean body mass is what you want to be consuming. So for most people, say you, for easy numbers sake, you weigh 120 kilos and you want to reduce your weight to 100 kilos, rather than working out your protein, carbs and whatnot based off your current 120 kilos, work it out based off the 100 kilos, the weight that you want to make. So for someone who wants to reduce their weight to 100 kilos, then you just times that by 1.8 to 2.8. And then so pretty much if you prioritize your protein, then the research will show that it really doesn't matter how you distribute your carbs and fats. So you've obviously got people who are in the keto camp going high fat, low carb or no carb, and then you got like the opposite. The only thing will be if you go really low fat, then you will have some detrimental effects to your health in terms of hormones, and you might be deficient in some of the essential fatty acids. So in terms of weight loss, protein is probably your priority. This will help preserve your lean body mass, and then distribute your carbs and fats how you want. Make sure you're having enough fat to at least cover your hormone functions and stuff like that.
Yeah. And Simon, you've currently been on a little bit of a food journey as of the last couple of weeks with thinking that did you get diagnosed with pre-diabetes, or are you not?
Oh, it's kind of on that scale with blood tests, and as you all know, I'm a hungry cunt. Like I get very angry.
You're gonna beep that. Well, we're honest out here.
I've spent all these episodes trying so hard not to swear, and Simon says one thing on episode.
You trigger me. Yeah, you trigger me like it's
bam, C-bomb.
Yeah, she probably beat that bit out, I think.
No, leave it.
Yeah, essentially, like as you know, yeah. I get very hangry, so I've looked into things. Like I've just spent the last year looking at my health, essentially. So I can't really prescribe health to people if I'm not really being healthy myself. So you're just covering your eyes, right?
I can't do it. Simon, you're worried about me this episode.
Yeah, well. So yeah, I had a meeting with a dietitian. I've been looking at my blood glucose, and we worked out that kind of the low carb way is for me. Like, I have been doing it for a while, but not properly. But then we worked out I wasn't having enough fat. So literally my life is doubling my fat intake. So it's been awesome.
It's good. I like the high fat life.
Was that because
Yeah.
you've had hormonal issues for a while now, like since
Well, I've had
swimming
like,
days. Like you've had low
the
testosterone
chronic
levels, a lot of
fatigue, low
like chronic fatigue and all of that
testosterone.
stuff. So what is that?
Yeah.
Do you reckon that's all stemming? Are you feeling better now on a high fat diet, or have you not quite adjusted yet?
Last few weeks I've been a bit like I'm actually drinking less coffee, so that's probably a good sign, even though I'm not sleeping. So yeah, I've probably got a bit more energy than I usually do. Apart from last week, I probably crashed
sleep
a
is
bit.
more important than the diet.
Well, yeah, you
Yeah.
are wearing 2 different pairs of shoes today, and that wasn't even.
Oh my god, amazing!
So
Yeah.
like,
You still haven't won?
And well, I don't have any of these shoes with me. Like,
but yeah,
I went to the petrol station and I went to get a coffee, all like this. Yeah.
Yeah.
When did you realize? When Jules pointed it out?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, pretty much.
I was talking to Simo. He started cracking up laughing, and I'm pretty funny, but I hadn't even said a joke yet. So when I walked out, he was staring at his feet, and then I realized.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I've tried a lot of the different diets. I've been keto for a bit. I did keto for a bit. I've done like normal traditional dieting, I guess. Like in terms of like your healthy everything. Like what is it? That's little circle, like the plate, food pyramid.
Yeah, well, they're two different things.
That's not really like the diet, but
yeah, but
that's
like
just like the recommendations.
Yeah.
Follow the recommendations and blah, blah, blah. I've done keto. I felt great on keto up to a certain point, but like just maintaining it in my lifestyle was pretty hard. I feel great on quite a good amount of carbs as well. Like right now, I'm probably more heavier on the protein, mainly to reflect my training, because I'm pumping some tin and I'm eating.
Boy.
Back to my eat big, lift big, get big stage of my life.
Yeah.
Mass moves mass, baby.
That's it, boy.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to pump some.
Mass.
I just want to get some strength back, So I'm pretty much just eating. So in terms of like losing weight, like a lot of the time with my clients, the best results I've ever had with people and my clients is just making them accountable. Like I don't prescribe meals. I don't prescribe, percentages of what they should be eating. I go, look, guys, what we're going to do, we're going to spend a week. You're going to send me a photo of every single meal that you have. Got Annika rustling papers right next to my head. You're going to take a photo of every single meal that you do. Like, I don't care what you eat. I tell them this. I want to see everything you eat. I don't really care. And I want you to show me what you're drinking, everything. Take photos of everything. If it goes in your mouth, take a photo of it. And continue on from Excuse me, Adam. If it goes in your mouth, take a photo of it, yeah? And like, if you're consuming something, Adam's cracked up for some reason. It's been a dodgy episode today, but if it goes in your mouth, take a photo of it, continue on from there. Like, I want to see everything, and then I go from there. Most of the time, people eat better than they think, or they think they're really good at it. It's normally the opposite. So like, they either think they're really good, but then you get them to take some photos, and they click in their own head, going like, "Oh, I'm actually like," because it makes it real in their head. Because otherwise, they just eat it. They take a photo and send it to you.
Yeah.
They start realizing it themselves, and that's the battle you got to deal with. You've got to make them realize that they need to make a change for them to actually change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, I could prescribe the eat this, eat that, eat that, eat that. Don't eat this. But if they're not going to actually flip it and make that conscious decision themselves to make a change and realize what's going on, like they're going to really struggle to do that long term. And everything we do is long term results and trying to get them good for when they leave us. It's that kind of like how health should be.
Definitely.
We should be able to impart them with enough techniques and tips so they can actually live healthily without our guidance. I'm a strong believer in that. So
there's no prescription, it's only guidelines.
You what?
There's no prescription, it's only guidelines.
Exactly.
Qualified. Yes.
Yeah. So,
stay in your lane.
Yeah. Exactly, man. Like, just make them accountable. They'll see it themselves. Like, if someone's taking a photo of their meals all the time and they consistently look like they're like they take a photo there's not enough food on the plate. They take another photo. There's not enough food on the plate. They'll click that in their head because they'll feel they're self-conscious. They'll probably realize it. Or there's too much food on your plate. 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 They send that to you. You go, okay, what do you reckon? What's going on here? What's your thoughts on what you've just eaten? And just have a conversation with them. Like, they've got to realize it.
Yep.
What about you, Jules?
Another common one.
My simple advice would be, so I've a bit like Ryan, I've tried everything. I've done keto. I got moderate results from keto. I've done low carb. So keto is basically like sort of sub 20 grams of carbs a day. I got good results off that. I got no results off low carb, which is like around 50 grams a day. I got the best results off the carnivore diet, but that was completely unsustainable. I did that for 3 weeks and that was about all I could handle. But I got really good results from it and really quickly. But at the end of the day, what Adam said is definitely true. So it's calories in versus calories out, calorie surplus versus calorie deficit. And you can alter that in different ways. So obviously, if you feel like, well, first and foremost, if you approach one of us, I know me and Adam definitely know it because we got taught at uni, and I'm sure the other guys do too. There's an equation for your maintenance calories. So it's not perfect, but it's gives you a guideline of how many calories you need to eat just to sustain your body weight. Once you get that, I would recommend personally, spend 2 weeks weighing your food and punching it all into MyFitnessPal, which is an app that tracks calories. I don't recommend living through MyFitnessPal because you start to get some really unhealthy relationships with food. But track yourself for 2 weeks, weigh all your food, and realize on a consistent basis how many calories you're eating a day. Match that up with how many you're supposed to be eating for maintenance. If it's about right, cut 500 or so calories from that. Now, if you can't, if you feel like you're eating spot on what you need to sort of get through your day, the alternative is you can add exercise. So obviously, if you're doing X amount of exercise and eating X amount of calories, if you can't drop the calories, you can up the exercise, burn more calories, and sort of find yourself in the same position. So at the end of the day, there's no real, every diet works and no diet works depending on how you approach it. So, you know, all the diets basically work because they are a calorie deficit. So if you're not eating any carbs at all, you're most likely going to find yourself falling into a calorie deficit. You know, there is science that keto does other things, especially once you're in the process of ketosis. And unless you're willing to like pee on a stick all the time to really know, you're kind of playing a guessing game, especially if you're hovering right around that 20 carb limit. So like 20 grams of carbs was too much for me. I'd fall out of keto. So I was peeing on a stick all the time and it was just in and out. That's why I got the best results from carnivore diet. But just drop your calories and up your exercise a little bit and then play the long game. You'll crash too early if you try and lose all the weight in 2 weeks.
Well, I think it's recommended that for sustainable weight loss, you don't want to lose more than 1% of your body weight per week. So like, say if you're someone who's 100 kilos, you would, and you're trying to drop weight, you wouldn't want to lose more than a kilo per week because that's too big of a loss at once. You'll probably have a rebound effect later on.
It can also very much depend on like what stage of your weight loss you're at. At the start, it's like anything, you get those like newbie gains.
Yeah, definitely.
If that makes sense, you get your newbie gains. It's kind of the wrong way around.
The reverse, but yeah.
But
like, well, what happens with keto? It happens with keto. A lot of people, it makes me laugh. People will do like 3 days on keto, and what happens with keto when you don't have a bunch of stored glycogen, you start to strip water. I don't know the science behind it. Adam will probably tell you. But people will be like, I'm down 2 kilos and it's only been 2 days. Keto's the greatest diet of all time. It's just all water weight. And you need to play the marathon game because you're not going to lose weight real quick. And the other thing I would say quickly is something that Ryan always bangs on about, and he's right, is you really need to find out why you want to lose weight. If you're already skinny or if you're already lean and you want to lose more weight, maybe you need to figure out if that's actually what you really want, or if you're going to extremes, which can be dangerous. And none of us would recommend getting to like sort of sub 8% body fat just to walk around, because nobody lives like that, and you can't sustain it. And then for athletes, athletes, which there's a lot of at the gym, you guys have a whole bunch of different requirements. So the one size fits all approach doesn't really work for you, because your calorie maintenance is really important. You can't really maintain it. You have to be able to maintain the energy to get through all your sessions. So you definitely need to talk to an expert if it's a massive concern. And if you want general guidelines, we're always around and we can help a little bit with that. But yeah, like Simon said, we're not dietitians and we only know the basics.
Yeah,
but sometimes it is pretty basic.
Yeah, it's all about, creating a healthy relationship with food, understanding what is your motivation behind it, and is just stripping yourself of calories the best way to do it. Like, a lot of the time, the best way to do it is probably keep yourself in the surplus, build the muscle on you till you get to a point where that is like, that will become your maintenance. And then, you're in that stage and you can just you'll look better. Like, the reason people want to lose weight most of the time, is so they can look and feel better, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
If you get stronger, you gain more muscle, you're gonna look better. You're gonna feel better because you move better. You're probably gonna have better movement quality, especially if you're training with us, because we're all about you got to move right before you can lift right. Oh, what a saying! Whoa, put that on a t-shirt, Simon. Got to move right before you lift right. Anyway, and then the weight loss will come through consistency and accountability.
Definitely.
If you try and rush this stuff, you're gonna drop heaps, yeah. You're gonna rebound, and you probably end up in a worse position than you were before, and then you're gonna make it harder the next time you try and do it.
Yeah. Bad for you mentally as well.
Yeah, and you're just bouncing weight all over the place. It's not good.
Yeah, the biggest mistake that a lot of people make is the way they consider exercise for weight loss. So everyone a lot of people try to out exercise what they're consuming. Sort of. But you think about how much exercise it takes to burn X amount of calories and how easy it is to eat the same amount of calories. You could run a half marathon. The amount of calories you burn for that, you could eat easily in one sitting. So the reality of trying to out exercise, or trying to exercise to put yourself in a calorie deficit, is just not sustainable.
It's supplementary.
A lot of people the best way to do it is actually resistance training and building muscle, and then that's going to result in the physique for most people who want to look better. If you have the same body fat percentage but have higher muscle mass, you'll look leaner. That's so if you just build muscle, you'll begin to look a certain way. And that's why the whole weight loss thing is such a big problem, because people will start to look at the scale.
Yeah.
But the reality is you could get heavier and then have a lower body fat percentage and probably look better. So is the scale really?
Yeah. It's important to realize the wording that you're using. Yeah. So for example, weight loss is probably a bad word that we like to use. I don't know, it's always a goal for us. Yeah. You're starting here, you're getting here. This is the best way to do it. Let's go from that. Let's not call it a weight loss journey. Let's call it, call it a transformation of yourself or something like that. But yeah, good job, guys. I think that was really good. We got to move on. We've got some news. We got some news, guys. We got some news, and this is the bit that Simon's been dreading me talking about. But guess what happened?
We already know what happened.
Guess what? CrossFit. The guy what's his name? Does anyone know his name?
Greg something?
Greg, the CEO.
The CEO, the founder, the guru of CrossFit himself.
Greg.
I don't know if he is, I think he's just the CEO.
Let's just call him Greg.
I thought he was the founder.
I'm not sure if he is.
Nah, it is. It's literally in his bio. Let me check it. Fact check.
Yeah. Don't spew misinformation, that's for sure.
Would hate to give you fake news. CrossFit, here we go. CrossFit CEO. I'm not sure if he's deleted his account or not. But anyway, whatever his name is, the CEO of CrossFit has done a very bad thing. And especially in today's climate, we're not going to go into details about, that, because it's not for us to talk about. In terms of fitness, though, this is quite big because it is CrossFit. It is one of the biggest things in fitness right now, and they are in a bit of a pickle. They've had Rogue announce that they are considering their position and probably will not continue their relationship. They're also getting rid of all their branding off their thing. They've had Fit Aid.
Reebok.
Fit Aid's out. What was the other one?
Reebok.
No ball.
Nah,
Reebok.
there was one more before Reebok. I was leaving Reebok to last because they're the big daddies.
Oh, well, I just
You just
surprise.
ruined.
It's
Why not?
Reebok.
No ball. I wrote it down.
Look at you go.
So we've got Rogue, considering position, they're probably going to bail out, and they're getting rid of all logoing and stuff like that off their stuff. No ball, out. Fit Aid out, and Reebok is out. They're going to continue until their contract expires, but they're not going to renew. They were just in the process of renegotiating their contract. So there's also talk of like a lot of gyms throwing their affiliations out. So this is pretty hectic news in the the fitness scene. In terms
Just to clarify, it was because of an insensitive tweet joke.
A guy, the guy has sent something out that in today's climate, it's just not right, and just in general, it's just not right. Yeah. So, he's really stuffed up there. Thoughts, boys? Quick thoughts.
Quick thoughts. Like I said, it's not. First of all, I'm not a business owner, so I don't know to tell anybody how to run a business. But having said that, if you're in the public eye, actually, all of that's kind of irrelevant because it was just the wrong thing to say, no matter who you are, and just being in the public eye and representing a company just makes it even worse. It's it's not good. There's definitely a place for humor in dark times to try and help everyone deal with stuff, but not in this situation at all. And there's absolutely nothing funny about what's going on in America at the moment. And for him to, try and crack a joke about it, it's just, he's an idiot and he probably deserves whatever punishment that he's going to get.
Yeah. Adam?
Yeah, I just agree with Jules pretty much. Like,
I think Jules has summed it up quite well, to be honest. Like, it's just not appropriate.
No, I think it's just really good to see that all the brands are pulling out because, that's for a lot of those brands, that's probably primary source of a lot of the revenue they drive through. So, to take such a strong stance is really good to see.
You've got guys like Rogue, you've got guys like Reebok, like Fit Aid and No Ball. All these brands are pretty much born or had a resurgence because of CrossFit.
Yeah, definitely.
And for them all to go like, look, we're going to put that aside for now to support this cause, I think is quite admirable. I think all the athletes that have come out and said that they're not going to compete in CrossFit Games is, a big sign. And it sounds like there's been a lot of issues for a long time in terms of CrossFit anyway. So to wrap that up.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens with the competitions and stuff because obviously you've got such a big pool of athletes and you've got such a large community. Whether they just completely rebrand it or what will happen.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see
for a worldwide community for him to come out and say something like that's just
just a dumbass. Just a dumbass. What a peanut.
It wasn't funny. It wasn't classy. It was just bad joke.
Yeah. Alrighty, guys. On a better note, it's quiz time. I don't know. We don't have a theme tune for it, but we might get one.
We should just say that Ryan's the only one who knows the questions.
Yeah, we don't know the questions. This isn't like a chat before, and
today is a mystery quiz, so they don't know what's going on. I don't even know the answers to some of these, so but the answers are on the page, so it's all good. So, guys, if you want to answer, please you say your name first. First, and then you speak. I will dictate who.
Okay.
In case of a tie, I will grant it. All right. Question number 1: Who directed E.T., Jurassic Park, and Jules?
Jules.
This is all Simo's.
Hey, he didn't say his name.
You didn't say your name. Jules, you did say your name though. So what are you saying?
Steven Spielberg.
That is 1 point to Jules. Simon,
when did you say your name?
Literally 2 seconds ago.
He did
I spent 30 seconds saying, make sure
you know how bad a day I've had? Like, I've still coffee all over the laptop. And
he's got one shoe.
For everyone who doesn't follow us on Instagram, Simon has worn the wrong shoes to work, spilled coffee on his phone and laptop, and has to have a meeting with me, had a meeting with me today. So,
not just wore wrong shoes. He wore his right and left shoe were from different pairs.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but at least they're the same style.
Yeah, you're lucky they're the
They
same
weren't
style.
They weren't too different. You were
I wish you
lucky.
were
At least one wasn't
suit
green and
shoes.
one yellow. So
That's
that's
Yeah.
right.
All right, what's next?
All right. What name refers to a boat, a football team, and a female?
A boat, a football team, and a female. What kind of football?
Yeah.
Soccer.
Soccer.
Oh.
I don't know
I don't
shit
know.
about soccer.
No, shit.
Bit,
This
bit,
is
of a,
Simon.
bit of a riddle, eh?
A boat, female.
I'll
and a
give you a
football team.
clue.
Like it,
One of the big teams in the Premier League.
Oh,
A boat.
Adam,
Yes.
Chelsea.
Yes, correct. 1 point to Adam.
Let's go.
Yeah, good call.
Simon's spewing because he didn't get his movie one correct.
taking a
I would've
stand.
thought-
I'm not playing.
All right,
All
question
right.
number
How many
3.
questions is
I
there?
got the kid turning up in like 2 minutes, so hurry up.
It's all right. Don't worry, Simon. There's
Ah.
only 10 questions. We're going to move this along. You just got to go
I thought it
answer
was
quicker.
5.
I've moved it to 10.
All right, let's
What
go
three
rapid fire.
ingredients are typically used to make pancake batter?
Jules,
Yes.
eggs, flour, sugar. Is that right? Oh shit.
No, yep, Simon.
Eggs, flour, milk.
Yes, Simon's on the board.
Yeah,
1
I
point
was
each.
gonna
Question number 4. Where would you find Mount Kilimanjaro?
Oh.
Where do you think it is, Adam?
You're just going to steal that right there.
Wait, do you just want the country? I don't even know what country it's in.
Yes,
Yeah,
the
it has to
country
be the
would be good.
country.
Yeah, the country would be dope. I'll give you a clue. It's in Africa.
Oh,
Yeah.
I might take a guess.
5, 4.
I'm just gonna
3.
guess. Jules.
Yes, Jules.
South Africa.
No.
Oh,
Simon.
damn.
Can't remember.
That's well. You could have just shouted a country out in Africa. Adam,
No, I can't think.
Tanzania. You're all gone.
Oh,
Damn it.
I would never got that. 1 point each. Let's go.
1 point each. What is a baby goat called?
Jules.
Yes.
A lamb?
No.
Lamb? Oh, what's that? A
Simon.
baby?
A what? Simon?
He said he's
A Billy?
No. Adam.
Billy goat.
I have no idea. Got
What's a
nothing.
lamb? Oh, it's a baby cow or something.
It's a sheep, you dum dum.
Oh,
Baby goat.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Adam, no answer. It's a
Okay.
kid.
a kid. No shit.
Yeah.
All right, what's next?
What
I'm coming
film
home strong.
and book franchise would you find Bella Swan in?
Jules.
Yes.
Twilight.
He's got it. The man, the myth,
Is that
the
your
legend.
favourite film?
So that's 2-1-1. Here we
Yeah.
go. How many siblings does Justin Bieber have?
No idea.
Adam.
Who cares?
Bonus points if you can give me their names.
Oh, no chance. I'm just going to take a guess. Like 2?
No. Simon.
Yeah.
5?
No.
None.
Incorrect. There's 3 of them.
I was going to say that.
Their names are Ali. I can't even pronounce that one. And Jackson.
Who gives a shit?
What is the capital of Russia?
Jules.
Yes.
Moscow. Is that a
Correct.
city?
Jules taking the lead, taking a big
Catch
lead
me
here.
if you can.
How many questions are left?
2.
Oh, shit.
How many
you-
colors? How many colors in the rainbow? This is good because you can get bonus points here. For a bonus point, can you name them? This is big, guys. This is big.
Oh.
Come on. Don't want dead silence. Come on.
I
Come
don't
on.
know.
How many
9?
colors can you name them? Simon,
Oh.
no. Incorrect.
Adam. I'm going to
Yes.
go 7?
7 is correct. Can you name
Oh,
them?
shit.
Oh,
1 is on your head.
yeah. Orange,
Yep.
yellow,
Yep.
Red,
Yep.
blue,
Yep.
green.
Yep.
How many more does he need?
I think you said green twice, but yep.
No,
No, that was
Alright.
once.
that's
All right,
5.
cool. There are 2 more.
Shit. Purple,
Yes, I'll give you it. Yep.
is it like another word for purple?
It's
Yeah.
supposed to be
Like a
violet,
shade of
but yep.
purple.
Yeah.
Yeah, close
sounds
enough. Oh,
And it begins with an I and ends in a go.
indigo.
good. Adam! he got
Indigo.
gifted that
2
shit.
points. 2 points
Yes,
to Adam.
3-all.
All
We
right,
have
we're
a
even.
tiebreaker. And for
You
this
gave.
one, are you ready? Hands on the buzzer. What was the name of Miley Cyrus's Disney character?
Jules. Hannah Montana.
He's
Catch
done
you on the
it.
other
He's
side.
done it. He is
Hey,
the
me too.
inaugural winner of the FSC quiz. And for that, guys, thank you for tuning in.
And everyone stopped watching 5 minutes ago.
Later in the week, there will be a Q&A. I will be running a solo operation of just myself doing Q&As from you guys, what will be going up for questioning later today. I wish you all the best. As always, stay strong, stay safe, and stay connected. And
Stay formidable.
Hey, formidable.
be formidable.